What's going on, guys? Awesome back today. I'm going to be showing you guys how to get instantly better, yes, instantly, in Rainbow Six Siege. Now, in this video, I'm going to be covering 5 tips that I have laid down that are beautiful tips, perfect tips that are going to help you rank up better, have better gun skill, win more gunfights, just become an overall better player and become the best player you can in Rainbow Six Siege. But before we get into this video, I want to tell you guys that my Twitch is linked down in the description if you ever want to slide through. I try to stream as much as I can at night, so make sure if you guys are interested in Twitch streams, you slide over there. I'd greatly appreciate it. And also, you hit the like subscribe button to help me out. I would greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into the first tip. All right, so the first tip I'm going to talk about in this video is going to be to watch players better than you and higher ranks than you. And the reason for this is if you, like, I'm on the rank screen, right? I have not hit champ this season, so excuse that. But let's say you are plat under, so you're plat or any of these ranks below, right? When you turn on a video, let's say you're on controller and you're watching Austin Next, or you're watching Stompin', or you're watching Mingo, or you're watching Kaysen, Jinxie, Richie, any of these big guys, or even it could be a little, a smaller creator that, is very good at the game, because there's a lot of people that deserve to have more, stardom and, fame than they do, right? And you're watching them, right? What you're going to be able to take away is very valuable. What you're going to see in one round of them having a great round, or even just one normal round, you're going to be able to soak up so much information. And that could be things like how they position themselves, what skills they're very good at, and what skills you need to be good at to be in those ranks and consistently play good in those ranks. Site setups, call outs, how they talk, you know what I mean? Things like that. You can see all of that, the strategies that they run, you know what I mean? And especially when you are a low rank player like that, getting exposure and seeing how these high level players play, you can emulate some of that stuff in your actual games and in your ranked games and stuff like that. And just like when you see, I don't know how many people of you guys watch like sports and stuff, you will see and like hear that like your favorite players, right, will watch film on other players better than them, right? So when they're in high school and college, they're watching film on like guys like Pat Surtain at corner. You watch guys like Mahomes, Tom Brady on for quarterback films. For wide receiver, you watch guys like Justin Jefferson. These guys will watch film of other players and greats playing so they can see what they need to work on, see what they need to do, if they can take stuff from their game and implement it into their game. It's literally the same as Rainbow, you know what I mean? And all you need to do is go to YouTube, go to TikTok, search up whatever you need to, good PC players, champ PC players, champ console players. You can watch tournaments, stuff like that. That's all you need to do. And you just throw on a video and you just watch it. You just watch it. You don't need to take notes or anything. You just sit there and you kind of just think. You watch it and you think, you'd be like, oh, that's a good play. Oh, that's something I need to get good at. Wow, these guys have a really good aim. Wow, I need to get better at my aim. Oh, these guys' recoil control is really good. Oh, I need to get my recoil control better. Oh, these guys are making good callouts. Maybe I need to learn callouts. So really watching higher level players than you play, you can take a lot out of it. You know what I mean? And especially with Siege, because like this is such a tactical game where like it really requires skill. You know what I mean? It's not just like you're gonna point and shoot like Call of Duty. You know what I mean? This game takes a lot of strategy. It takes thinking at times. So, obviously not all the time. I'm not trying to I'm kind of glazing rainbow, but like seriously, just turn on some high level players and you're gonna be able to get a lot better by just seeing how they play. All right, so the next tip I want to talk about kind of relates to the first one, but this time I want you for the second tip to watch your own gameplay and footage. Now, I think the big part on why I want to touch with this is it relates again to the first one, right? When you're watching higher level players, you're able to take stuff from it. When you're watching yourself, you're able to take stuff from it too, because you're going to be able to see yourself, not in the moment, because a lot of times in the moment, you may not notice some things that you're doing wrong or mistakes you're making. And when you watch your own footage, you're able to take a lot of things from it. First, again, you're able to take and see the mistakes that you're making, even if they are not, you're able to see like the blatant mistakes that you're making. And then you're also going to see subtle mistakes and things that you need to tweak, maybe that weren't very obvious in the game. So you're going to be able to go back and see like, wait, why did I do that? Like looking back on it, why did I do that? Maybe I should have rotated here instead. Maybe I should have, maybe I should have gotten and planted here. Maybe I should have, ran a different operator here. Different things like that. You're going to be able to pick up from your own footage and you're going to be able to assess yourself, like fairly. Oh, my aim looks horrible here. maybe I need to, get in the free-for-alls, warm up a little bit more. Stuff like that, you know what I mean? You are able to take so much more from your game when you're reviewing it and you're seeing it firsthand, right? Because it's a lot like, again, like the NBA or the NFL or like any sports. Because like even when I played high school basketball, I was on a JV team, and I remember like a couple practices, we would review film on the past game of ourselves, and we were able to take mistakes and like that we made and like really reflect on them and be like, okay, we can't do that next time. We need to do this. Or, oh, wait, in the moment, we could have done this better. Even though it worked, we could have done this better and really walked through it. So film and watching on film is really, really good. And it's a great way to get better because walking yourself through the game, seeing what you did wrong and stuff like that, like I've said about 8 billion times already. But if you're wondering how you can do this, if you go to the watch tab, obviously you have to have this enabled. So you have to go to options and make sure you have match replay on. So then every time you play a game, so like this is my last, how many is this? 12 games. You can actually see every single round, every single game, and you can go in and watch. You can go in and watch yourself and your whole team and like from the replay mode. And this is such a great feature that they have in the game if you want to go do this. I know this like takes some time, more effort because you can't just flip on a YouTube video, but this is a big thing. Also, obviously you can clip things on Xbox, PlayStation. You can do that. Because not everybody like records their own gameplay like I do, right? Because I do YouTube and stuff like that. But make sure you guys watch your own gameplay, because I know that maybe a lot of you right now are like, this is kind of a lame tip, like, it probably won't make that much of a difference. Trust me, if you even watch like a game of yourself, you will probably notice so many things and be like, wait, this was actually a good idea for me. Wait, next you're cooking. So yeah, that's the second tip. Make sure you go back and watch some of your old gameplay. All right, so for the next tip, it's going to be just to remember that Rainbow Six Siege is a game and you need to chill sometimes. And basically what I'm trying to say with this is like, you do not need to rage every time you die. You know what I mean? This is a game where you're gonna die and you cannot chalk your mental and get mad, because the minute you get mad and you just like are raging, you know what I mean? It's just gonna make you play worse, and that's just the reality. You know what I mean? That's what's just gonna happen. If you are mad, you're playing pissed off, you're just like, I hate this game, you know what I mean? You're gonna play worse than if you're just chilling, having fun, playing it like it's just a game, because it is a game, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm a perfect angel when it comes to this, right? There will be times where I just get absolutely pissed off because I'm playing like horrible, you know what I mean? And I just get pissed and I chalk my mental and I just play worse, you know what I mean? I'm guilty of that. Everybody in this game is guilty of that. There's no person that's been exactly perfect, right, when they play this game. But when you are in a bad mood like that, just remember that it's a game, bro. And it's quick, like, it is so quick. Yesterday night, literally, I was playing and I started the game 0-3, and I'm sitting there first 2 rounds like, yo, I'm so bad. Like, first 3 rounds, sorry. I'm sitting there, oh my god, I'm so bad. Oh my god, I hate this game. Like, how am I so bad at this game? You know what I mean? I'm chalking my mental. And then after the round, I'm like, but I'm about to just turn up. Like, it's just a game. I'm just gonna like go in, just act like I don't care, or play, you know what I mean? Like, just have fun when I'm playing. I finished the game like 10-5. You know what I mean? Like, Siege is such a game where it can just, you're like, the trajectory of the game can just flip. You know what I mean? Momentum can flip. Your attitude, everything, your gun skill, your like everything can flip at a tip of a hat, right? And the big thing is just to remember it's a game. Play like that, because at the end of the day, like in the long term, when you're playing, like even if you start the game off, pretty bad, and you're just like playing it, and you're in a good mental, and if you just keep that mental, more than likely you're going to start playing better. And that's the thing. That's the end of it. Remember it's a game. If you remember it's a game, don't chalk your mental. Have a good mindset. You're going to play better than if you're not. If you hate the game, like I said. And that's just the big, I think, like general sense of this tip is just have fun. Play the game. It's just a game at the end of the day. You're on it just to have fun with yourself. You're right. You're here to have fun, just playing by yourself or playing with friends and stuff like that. So remember, it's just a game. Have fun. Do not chalk yourself. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is using your utility to the max. And I see a lot of players that will not use their utility. And I think using utility usage is one of the biggest skill gaps in the game, because a lot of people will just not use it to their full advantage. Will have, like they'll pick an operator with flashes, right? And they just won't use it. They'll take gunfights swinging around a door when they have flashes and they don't use them and stuff like that. utility that comes with, C4s, using that good, impacts, using that good. But the main thing I want to talk about is things like stuns, things like grenades, where you can really use them to win a lot of gunfights that maybe a lot of time you would not win. You have no business winning. And I am in, obviously a training, and I wanted to kind of, showcase this, right? So obviously there's people in here, right? And instead of, like, let's say in a game, right, I'm gonna drone out stock, right? And I'm gonna see, oh, there's two people here, right? We have two people back stock, right, by the bests. And a lot of people are just gonna be like, okay, well, let me just do this, and they'll like quick peek it and stuff like that, and they'll take this rough gunfight on an angle like this, right? Which is not good. Instead of when they can just, be like, oh, I have stuns, and this could be like a stun, this could be a flash. All you have to do is throw that, and then you can swing around here, and they literally have no idea that you are, swinging them, right? They're going to be in a panic, stuff like that. Obviously, it's different with Ying and like flashes, but you get the sense, right? Use your utility, because at the end of the day, it's going to help you get a lot more kills than, you would if you didn't. And that could, obviously I talked about stuns, flashes, that could be used with nades, where you like throw a nade in the back here and it forces them out of this power position, right? You can do that for a lot of power positions where you throw nades, then they have to move away from the nade, and that's like on the attack side. Talking more about the defense side, right? Obviously I'm on, attack, I'm on Yang still, but talking more about the defense side, right? If you are defending a spot like, CCTV, right, and cache, using utility like, barbed wire on these stairs is such a big kicker, right? Because if I'm Ying and I am, trying to get up red stairs and there's barbed wire here, I have nothing to clear this with, right? And I'm gonna have to like try to sneak up, I'm gonna like to hit it, and you could be sitting on top red, right, with this barbed wire right here, and all you have to do is just swing out, right, and pre-fire, because they're hitting the barbed wire, so they got to be somewhere down here, so you can come out, pre-fire, get free kills, right? And that goes with like barbed wire, with shields, using shields. If you put a shield here, you can see down, you can peek out if you see anybody, stuff like that, bro. Even on the defensive side, you have utility like that. On the attack side, and basically just the method, the main message I'm trying to get to you guys is to use it. Do not waste utility. Do not keep it in your pocket and die with it. It's better to use it and die than to not use it and die because you're not using it, right? So make sure you use utility more, especially like with the other tips that I talked about. If you are watching high level players, you'll see them use utility to the max, and that is a lot of the reason why they are very good players, right? If you watch yourself, you will probably see that maybe I'm not using utility that much, and that's a tip that you can maybe take from your own gameplay when you watch and stuff like that. So make sure, again, watch, how you use utility, and make sure you are using your utility more, and do not leave it, in your pocket. So the last tip I want to talk about in this video is going to be to make sure that your settings are on the best possible things that they can be on, right? And settings are obviously catered to you, so a lot of these are going to be preference, but the things that I want to highlight are things like stun VFX, where this is a new thing that they added just a couple seasons ago, where you can choose when you get blinded by like a stun or a Ying, if you want your screen to be flash white or black. If you prefer black like I do, put it on black, black, dark glare. Stuff like that. If you're on console, have like diffuser pickup on both, so you don't have to take your hand off of the aim when you're picking up the diffuser, things like that. Visible throw trajectory, manual drone after prep, have match replay on, right? All this stuff. Your HUD, make sure your HUD is on its, the best thing that it can be for you, because obviously HUD is very like, it's catered person to person, right? And it's very preference. So like, make sure you have your HUD on where it's optimal for you. Make sure your audio is like all good, stuff isn't too quiet, too loud. Make sure on night mode so that all the noises are kind of like similar, like footsteps are louder, gunshots are quieter, stuff like that. Make sure, you have like this stuff all right. I don't know a lot about this, like your voiceover preset. Make sure your FOV and stuff like this is all good, like prioritize performance. I know I'm on console, I don't know how it is on PC. I think it's all like the resolution stuff and like more in-depth settings, but especially for console, make sure you're on prioritize performance. Make sure your FOV is good. I play on 84, I heard that's pretty good. Make sure your brightness is good. I'm just like walking through it all, you know what I mean? Advanced gadget deployment, advanced join deployment, alternate for leaning behavior if you're on console, right? Make sure your sensitivity is good and cater to you. Don't just be copying things, right? Make sure it is actually good for you. Here's my settings if you want to use them. Make sure if you have advanced, make sure your advanced stuff is good. And then accessibility, make sure you have your optic color that's great for you, that you like. And then like motion blur, you have that on. Screen shake intensity is like the last thing that I'm gonna really touch base on. Have that off, and then again stun VFX. So make sure your settings, everything is all up to date. Make sure you don't have anything bad on. You can obviously look up more like in-depth settings, tutorials, stuff like that. But make sure your settings are good. Make sure they're catered to you preference, because a lot of the settings are very good that you should have on like one thing, but some of them are like more preference, right? Like sensitivity, stun VFX, stuff like that. So yeah, just make sure your settings are all good, because that's a quick way and a quick fix to help you actually be better. All right, so that's gonna be all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one and we're able to take some of these tips and apply them to your game, and you will take some of these tips and apply them to your own game, because I think these are very strong 5 that you can really help instantly, and I mean instantly, improve in Rainbow Six Siege. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure again you go down to the description if you are interested in my Twitch, link down there, and make sure you hit the like, subscribe button if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.